Today I'm going to do something I haven't done in a long time, and I hope it benefits whoever's listening to this, watching this. Today I'm going to attempt to do a podcast with a twist to it. Give you a background story to this. I actually started doing this, not doing this, but started podcasting roughly 6 years ago, and I've done two different ones. The previous two were one was biblical, another one was biblical as well, but one of them was called Things That I Pray For, Passion Over Profit, and then second one was called Additional Prayers. And this recently, within the last year or so, I've done we're going on 2 years now, a spoken word slash underground rap type deal. So with that in mind, I actually did a little experiment here and there with a little bit of talking and with my my idea of music or whatever, spoken word. And I did one called Twice As Much. So just to give you guys a heads up. This one I'm doing a video now, and I'm going to post it with the video as is, and I'm going to post it just the words, word for word, no editing, no nothing, and I'm going to do it with a little bit of music. I don't know how many of these I'm going to do on this platform. This platform falls under my raw and just extreme slash protecting hands podcast slash music or whatever. So I appreciate anybody that's still listening. No, that's a rough intro, but I had to give you a background story. The name of this, it was called Sense of Direction. When I came up with the idea of sense of direction, you got to think about your five senses: your sight, your hearing, your smell, your taste, and your touch. That's your five senses. And when it comes to direction, which I'm going to define that as well, how that relates to this. And what I mean by all this is, how do we let things affect us in the way we should go, and how do we affect others in the way they should go? But based on my background of doing podcasts and stuff like that, I will break this down as much as I can. And it's also, like I said, doing my podcast, it's spoken word and the biblical. I'm going to give you the verses will be coming from James 1 verse 5 through 8, and we'll talk about that. I'm going to give you the goal behind this sense of direction. I'm going to give you the opening message. I'll actually reintroduce myself, and I'm going to at the end we'll do a summary, and we're going to finish it off with the outgoing message. So here we go. Like I said, it's been a while, but bear with me. When it comes to your five senses, like I said, sight, it is a sensation. Hearing is what things that you produce through your hearing, or you hear things coming, being surrounded through things. Smell is you get a result from other things. You smell it, inhale it. Taste, you can taste the idea of the concept of something. The touch falls under this function of the mind. When you got your mind You got to have a good sense of idea what you're actually doing. It could be under mental realization. It can also fall under a meaning of intelligence. When it comes to direction is along which anything faces. We all face different directions. It could be towards a point, guidance for making something. It could just be a command or supervision. It is the technique or the business of something. It indicates in the proper tempo. It is the orientation towards a goal. So there you go. Simple breakdown of how your sense of direction is. The goal behind this sense of direction is putting together ideas to promote benefits, growth, and sense of direction. The opening message is sharing my passion for podcasting while including how every brainstorm leads to powerful connections. Having knowledge and the correct frame of mind helps in developing and advancement. Unlike other podcasts you may have listened to in the past, I'm planning to captivate your imagination. One thing I want you to keep in mind about this episode, if I go on to do more, is these are the chronicles told by a scorned narrator. Sense of direction. Once again, the verses that come from James 1, verse 5 through 8. It reads, "If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that giveth to all men liberty and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him." Verse 6 says, "But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed." Verse 7 says, "For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord." Verse 8 finishes with, "A double-minded man is unstable and in all his ways." I was reading of James 1 verse 5 through 8. Just like always, when I read anything when it comes biblical, it comes from the King James Version of the Bible. Feel free to grab a copy, whatever you care to read, but that's what I get my scripture from. Try to break this down. Just like the idea of this sense of direction is let you know. It says, "If any man lacks wisdom, let him ask of God." That's where you get. You want to gain something, and that's where you should go to. And go right along with the goal behind this, putting together ideas to promote benefits and growth and sense of direction. Same difference. It says that giveth to all man liberty and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. What that means, the idea of that is, if you ask, he give us all choices, and if you choose to allow him to be the one to give it to you, let him be the one to guide you, you shall receive it. It says in verse 6, it says, "But let him ask in faith, not wavering, for he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with wind and tossed." What that breaks down to is the idea of You know, if you are, once again, like I said, asking God in His sense of direction, the way He should guide you and everything, it's better to get it from Him. If not, and you don't lean towards Him and His judgment on how things should go, you're like it said, you're like a wave. You let the wind drip drive you, and you be tossed. And that means like you're more like undecisive, and you go on whatever you don't choose besides Him, be it the world, be it whoever. You let them control your outcome instead of letting Him control the outcome. It says right here, it says in verse 7, it says, for let not the man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord. And what that means is, don't think just because you ask you're going to get exactly what you want. I heard an individual say it this way once. It said that when they asked for strength, He taught them how to be strong by putting them through something that was tough and that would make them stronger. Then we asked for wisdom and put them through a situation that forced him to try harder. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it means. Don't think you're gonna get it right away or get it the way you want it. You know what I'm saying? And then goes in verse number 8. It says, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Meaning, if you're not undecisive, like I mentioned before, if you're not going along with the idea of being sure, because it speaks on here, it says in verse 6, ask in faith. But it also says in verse 5, God, it says that giveth all men liberty. You know, He gives you, you know, I like to say we all got choices to make. Or some people, you say the old term is you made your bed. You know, all that is pretty much the same. But, and another thing I used to, you know, if you've been in the South or been to a Southern church, you hear say, but any church, I don't know about up north that much because I haven't been up north in a while, but down here in the South, they say the idea of, you know, it's in God's timing, you know, and that's true. All this is based on that. And all you're doing is asking for the sense of direction. You're asking for help and waiting on Him to do it the way He wants. And as long as you let Him lead you and guide you, it will be in the idea of how it should be, based on what you need to grow and based on if it affects your, like I said, back to the senses. If it needs to be in the idea of just help you see better sight, if it helps you hear better, when I say hear, is the understanding better, getting knowledge in through, and it's soaking in your brain, so to speak. When it comes to the smell, things like how smell fall in the idea of learning things. I tell you, for instance, take a situation like this, my house. For the ones that are new to listening to me, this is my basement. And this house, this structure actually was burned down. It's been rebuilt. And the lesson I've learned is the idea of how to react towards the smell of fire, and that helped me grow in the movement and know how to react in situations. It goes to the idea of taste, and that can fall under different categories when it comes to taste. It can be, like I said, the condition of something. And taste, an idea of not actually tasting it to your tongue, but the taste of the situation, of better judgment, so to speak. Have a better taste and judgment, if that makes sense. When it comes to touch, once again, touch falls under the function of the mind. It is the mental realization. It is the meaning of intelligence. You know what I'm saying? You can touch things and learning that. I had a thing like where I'm from, like. I can only speak for my life experiences, but I had this thing when a kid touches something, like, oh, that's hot. They learn, not to do that no more. You know what I'm saying? That sense of touch. Like, you learn what the limits are when it comes to things, if it makes sense. And that's pretty much it, man. I don't know how to break it down any shorter than that, but I hope you guys enjoy that. Now it goes on to the summary. The summary is this misrepresentation versus being truthful and just, two examples that we face. The effectiveness to paying close attention boosts your guard from attacks or invasions. Simple as that. So I'm going to read that again. Misrepresentation versus being truthful are just two examples that we face. Because that's what we was saying about the double-minded, saying about the individual letting the wave control him. That's misrepresentation. That's not God's way. That's the way you work. You won't let somebody else dictate the way you go, or a different situation dictate, or you're not certain on when they said about the faith. That's misrepresentation. And it goes on to say versus being truthful. That's with the faith. You're asking God. You go not just asking, but you're being faithful and just to what the word of his result is going to be, whatever the lesson is going to be. And it said that the effectiveness to paying close attention boosts your guard from attacks or invasions. And that's very simple, because it says right here, he said in verse 7, for let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord. You don't have to get anything. He don't have to help you with anything. You know what I'm saying? He don't have to, even if you do ask. So but you got to pay attention to what he gives you. One of the best advice someone gave me when I started going to the VA, God told me, I remember this guy's face, don't know his name, but I always remember he told me. And I told many people, and I said many times on my previous podcast, get in the boat. He told me the story behind it. If you don't know, just DM me or whatever, and I'll tell you the story behind it. But I never forgot that, and I always try to keep my mindset on that. Get in the boat, and that's simply not going into the story, but it simply means when help is there, accept the help. Like my mom used to tell me and my siblings, is something given openly, honestly, take it. And that means openly, meaning they're willing to give to you. Honestly, meaning coming from a good place, and you take it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's like, paying close attention. It boosts your guard from attacks or invasions. The outgoing message is as a race of people, we must concern. Good pause. This is live, so I'm gonna read it again. As a race of people, we must consider how our sense can determine or create an ability in our eternity. Our inner compass should be aligned with our Father above. Disappointing him should not be a thought. Fortunately, we are given the right to choose. I want to thank everybody that is stay along this podcast. We're going on 19 minutes and some change. I'm going to push it right at 20. I want to thank everybody. I've got multiple podcasts, multiple life examples, be it my music, be it my other old podcasts and everything like that. And I want to thank everybody. Like I used to close my old one out, from my house to yours. Thank you.